Hello. I made the boxes. Let's have a look at them. Okay, this is not going to be my whole room tour yet because the rest of my room is still a disaster zone, because I still have a whole bunch of projects that are the components of which are scattered around. It's not pretty. But for the boxes, basically what I did was, well, first I looked through my cloth, and I looked through my cloth, and I looked through my cloth, and there was nothing I wanted to use, and then just suddenly I picked out this sort of chintz that I got at the thrift store last year, and that was it. That clicked, especially once I realized I had some plain pink that was about the same, and then this with the roses and keys that I picked up from Walmart, like 5 yards for $5 years ago, and there's just so much polyester in it that I didn't want to use it for clothes for me, and I tried using it for clothes for one doll dress, and a doll dress did turn out fine and people like it, but But working with this polyester on such a small scale was really frustrating. So I actually used that for lining for all the boxes. Oh, hold on. It was not chip, it was the foof. Who suddenly decided she wanted out. So anyway, yeah, I decided to use this for lining for as many boxes as I could. And you can just kind of see it in the corner there, along with some of the dolls. Hello. There is no organization of this. These are dolls that were on the shelves that got stacked into these boxes. Mostly, I just put them in their clothes. I know people have had some concerns about the potential of staining, but basically these dolls have been wearing these clothes for a while. Either they're already stained or they're fine. Now, some of the dolls who got buried deeper, who have painted bodies, I did wrap in tissue paper. I mean, she is on the top, so she's not wrapped up, but a lot of the completely painted dolls are wrapped in tissue paper. Of course, you see my amazing unexpected thrift store Barbie find is still sitting on the shelf by herself. And there are a few dolls, which I will rotate in and out of display on the lower shelves. Of course, her I am still working on. I did get some dinosaurs airbrushed yesterday too, but that is a huge project that is not going to be finished for a while. Although it was very nice, I finally got the proper filter mask to use to filter all the paint particles out, so I don't have to depend on the spray booth filter and an open window when it's 90 degrees outside. So that was nice. And the center shelf, I originally had the whole shelf as doll display, but that still felt really cluttered and overwhelming. So the dolls that had been all in the center shelf, all the rest of them got put into this box, which I won't pull out more because it's moving the box back there. Hold on. Putting zero back. This also, I ran out of the pink, big pieces of the pink really fast, but I had enough to cover the box that I cut to be a bench for the dolls in display here. And then the last two boxes on this shelf. This was actually the first box I made. It's not perfect, but the more I went on, the better my technique got. Basically, I made a tube of cloth that was enough to go all the way around, and then I sewed the lining cloth, which you can't even see. I'll see a little bit of it. This is the box for the big dolls. The lining cloth got sewn on, and then I put the whole tube on the box, inside out, upside down, and the bottoms of the boxes are all the key and rose print also. So I stopped measuring things after the first one. I was very precise and measured, and it's actually, they fit better as I went along as I stopped measuring. And just, I didn't really eyeball it because I'm not good at eyeballing either, but I would compare it to what already existed and cut and rip things to that length. So those are the boxes for the dress dolls. And then, yes, the ugly buttons I took off. Let's see if I can show this without showing my hideous room. I recovered this chair, which was a really, I know some people liked it, but I thought it was a really appalling light blue upholstery fabric. So I covered this to match everything else. I am finally almost running out of this rose print. I ran out of this pretty far into the project, so that worked well. Like, this box is lined with it, but the lid, I did not have enough to do the lid or the last two boxes. But this box is like just complete random bits and bobs and parts and dolls who I'm not completely disassembled and might use for something, as well as like arms and legs and things. This is the body box, along with the dolls for projects box. And then this down here is the enormous, completely random. These dolls were in these storage boxes taken off the shelves, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with all of them boxes. But maybe being in this big box like that instead of, what was it, like 9 or 10 little boxes, will make it easier for me to mess with them when I want to. And the rest of the shelf still needs work. But the dolls, the dolls. The doll storage is looking pretty good, I do believe. So that was pretty nice to get finished. I really do like having less clutter up here. And also, there was a danger that I might get sick of this print by the time it was done, but I actually only started liking it more, which was a good thing. If you've done big projects with a lot of cloth, you know sometimes you can start to regret your cloth choice pretty quickly, but I actually only like this more. And I'm happy that I used it for this project where I can get to look at it instead of using it for something that gets put away in the closet for a while. You know, if you buy a lot of cloth, sometimes you don't want to use it because it's just so perfect. I gotta get over that. But working on these has made my brain really go over into other ideas for other things I can make around the house from the cloth that I have. I don't feel like it's fancy enough to call it interior decorating, but like we have a well-made but ugly, enormous couch that is just oppressingly brown, and the pillows in the back are sewn on so they're ripped off in the corners, and the upholstery is not good, but the couch itself is great, so I'm wondering if I actually have the enthusiasm to reupholster that or make a slipcover for it. So that, and my brain's also thinking, well, what about, you could make rag rugs, because we like to have a big rug in the living room to cover the carpet, but we don't want to spend enough money for a big rug, because, well, I mean, we could, but my brain keeps saying, but you have cloth and you could make a rag rug. So basically my brain's going in 100 directions, and you know, because there's I want to make a new bed cover and I want to make new curtains, so my brain's going in every direction but dolls. It probably won't last. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I thought that all I would have to show you this week in relation to dolls from last week were the boxes. But I went to the post office today and found some surprise boxes from Doll People. This is from Alejandra, who actually was, I believe, one of the very first people to send me doll stuff for videos about, 2 years ago, maybe, almost. I don't remember exactly. And she contacted me about sending something, and I'm pretty sure my response is, oh, you don't need to. Really, you don't bother. International shipping is so horrible. Alejandra's in Spain. But so I was extra surprised to get to the post office and get the notification that there was something in the locker, and pull open the locker and find this. All the cardboard. Most of these are cardboard boxes that I just cut the flaps off of. Some of them were cardboard boxes that I picked up at Aldi that already didn't have the flaps on the top. And some of them I had to actually cut down, like to get the size of this one for the tall dolls. actually had to cut and reassemble some bigger boxes. So I really need to change the blade on my X-Acto, because it's gotten a lot of work out in the last week. That's a lot more stuff than I expected to be in that box. I will take this out of the package so you can see without glare. It's very cute. And nothing, no personal information. And actually, you can see the name of her Facebook page. I think that's this side. It's like, maybe take that out. And actually I have a small collection now of postcards. Well, small collection, too. Postcards sent to me by doll people in Spain. Hello Andrea, here's another package from me. I hope you find these items useful for your creative projects. Have a wonderful day. Alex, 9 Years Pilgrimage. Nines is her doll. See the cute kitty and ghost. Again, I hope I'm holding this where you can actually see it, because this new camera position. I know I should turn the view screen around, but I always forget until it's too late. Some spooky face stickers. Which honestly, I feel like I'm suddenly getting trendy. I bought some succulents today, and I know that this was thrifted, probably could even be old enough to be vintage stuff, but it's almost trendy. I've been really bad about following trends my whole life. When I was young, it was that intentional, I'm above fashion, but you know, when I look back and I see, yeah, okay, so everybody else in school was wearing, you know, ripped jeans and color change t-shirts. And I was like, I'm above fashion, but I look and I'm wearing, like, color block shirts. And I had a pair of, I did own a pair of hammer pants. So, I'm finally admitting I am not beyond fashion, I am just... Everyone is a product of their time, and if you stop being a product of your time, then you're just, you need to get with the times. I'm rambling again. Okay, but so I really need to start using more studs on things. And this is amusing because it's fireworks of some sort. It's not fireworks. Looking at the package again, it says Haw Flakes. And on the back it has ingredients including sugar, hawthorn water, and some preservatives. So, not fireworks, just packaged like fireworks. I will look up what to do with this. Sorry for my confusion, my enthusiastic confusion. That probably applies to a lot of my videos. I think the child will like this. I don't know if he's ever seen these before. Always like crowns. I always have smaller than Barbie dolls who never have enough clothes. A Figma stand. Which actually I have... Actually no, this June here is Revoltech, I believe, not Figma, but still. Does that... No, it doesn't quite fit. I can't have her hovering. I have a stack of boxes over here that I can put stuff on. I don't know where to go next. I'm saving the ones that look like cloth for later. Interesting yarns in really interesting containers. These containers are probably be good for organizing my beads too, because making jewelry, I've liked dolls my whole life. That's the story last week probably told. And even in high school when dolls are kind of, okay, in high school I convinced myself that I didn't like dolls, I was just buying them for any future daughters I might have. But that only lasted like a year before it's like, no, they're for me, which, you know, I don't have daughters anyway, so that worked out. But for the brief time when I was in total denial about liking dolls, I really started getting into jewelry making. So even though jewelry making is obviously not my thing now, I still have big ugly boxes of jewelry supplies. And I do make, I don't think any of my dolls have really spectacular necklaces I made, but there's usually necklaces that I've made on dolls, so okay, there's a doll here too. Oh, bias tape. Lots and lots of bias tape and some interesting trims. Nice silver. That would be fun. I keep thinking of making like faux military style outfits for the bigger dolls. And it would be fun to use that kind of trim. So yeah, this is a lot of bias tape, which is in interesting colors. Oh, and some zippers, some nice lightweight zippers. I actually don't have a whole bunch of bias tape in interesting colors. Is this a knit? So it has an interesting print on it. Or not print, texture. Yes, that is an interesting texture. This is a big skeleton thing I'm saving for last. Shoulder pads. Actually, I can use. I mean, I'm sure this was sent for the very interesting leopard print, but I keep thinking I need to sew more jackets. I mean, I don't need to sew more jackets, but I want to sew more jackets, and a lot of jackets really do benefit from shoulder pads. Lovely, lovely lightweight. Cadet blue. Halloween. This is a scarf. Well, you know, there's a possibility I will just use this as a scarf, not for dolls. These are great. Very small Halloween print, which would make it great for dolls. We'll see, we'll see. Some interesting weight tulle. And some nice small purple floral stitches. Okay, looks like, was this a pillowcase? Yeah, this will be great for doll clothes. Yeah, it goes this way. If you ever get a little bit of cloth and you don't know which is the length and which is the crosswise, the length of a woven, I'm talking about wovens, the length has almost no stretch to it, but the crosswise has actually a noticeable amount of stretch, even in a woven, even 100% cotton. So when you want to cut stuff with the grain, the arrow on a pattern that says with the grain, that goes with the length of it. So that just helps things drape better. I'm so curious what this is. Was it a complete t-shirt? Okay, it's a t-shirt with a hole in it. I think some interesting things have probably been cut out, which means that all of this is up for being used for doll clothes, which could be fun. A granola bar. Helps if we hold it right side up. I love granola. And a doll. Saving it for last. Now, the last time that she sent dolls, she had given them tattoos and piercings and things. So I will take the glasses off so she's easier to see. What fiber did you use for this hair? This is really nice. So you can see she has some piercings and some new hair. I've actually never had this doll before, this particular curvy. Can't stop playing with this hair. So she was wearing glasses and a witch hat, which I have not forgotten that I said that I will share my witch hat pattern. I've just obviously been getting distracted by other things. And I also noticed the shoes. So thank you, Alejandra. That is a completely unexpected box. And then this one, Sarah Longshore, who you see in our comments a lot, and I just thought Sarah was sending a money order, not a whole box of things. You can see that face I made because I see the doll was sent. But I will get to that. I'll get the small ones first. No idea what these are, it says. Yeah, these were, what was it? Moxie Teens. Were they Moxie Teens, little Moxie Teens little sisters? I can't remember if they actually were. See, this is just filler. Bubble wrap is always appreciated. I'm sending this doll along because one of your recent videos said you need a dark and made-to-move body. I don't know if this one will match what you need, but I hope so. Thank for all of your inspiration. And thanks for sending this, and I will get your stuff in the mail probably Friday. Thank you, Sarah. Who sent Gabby? Who this doll is just too cute. She's gonna get to keep this body because the Gabby Douglas doll is just adorable. Which I've thought ever since I first saw her. We've had, Tiffy and I have been discussing recently how a lot of Barbie sculpts, the smile doesn't reach their eyes, it's just... And a lot of times Mattel, even their celebrity dolls, don't seem to be really smiling because, you know, when you smile, your whole face wrinkles up and then you're not doll beautiful anymore. But they got it with her. They got the smile and she looks genuinely happy and she's still doll beautiful. I don't know if you just saw a huge glare of window reflected on that, so hold on. If you have not seen the Gabby Douglas doll, this is, I think, the She-Rose line. Real people turned into dolls. And I'm destroying this box in ways I don't intend to, and then I'm trying to be delicate and dropping the doll. Who does not want to come out of the box? She is just so cute. I don't usually go for celebrity dolls because I feel like with actor and actress celebrity dolls there's a lot of fandom into them, but as far as I can tell, Gabby is just a really nice person and with a really adorable doll. So she'll join them for a while, at least until I rotate the dolls out. She's just so cute. Alright, thank you. I have no idea how long the rambling in this video has ended up. Like I said, I thought I would just be showing you the boxes, so I was surprised by this stuff. And thank you for this stuff, Alex and Sarah. And so again, we'll get to next week. I don't know if I will have doll stuff or if I will still be covering other boxes for uses in the other parts of the house and doing other things for interior decorating or what. But eventually, I hope to get this room cleaned up enough that I can show you the tour at least. And I have... Like, I still want to make the video showing you how I sew the high-waisted gathered top doll dress, and I have more patterns I want to make. I'm not getting out of dolls, I just might be easing back on them for a while. And I'm definitely rambling, and I feel like I'm making excuses for not having dolls, but I think you understand that there's more to life than dolls, although it feels like I shouldn't be saying that. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching.